Hello and welcome back to another episode of Daily Draft Logs. This is episode number 16. We're looking at a Kaldheim Premier Draft I did a couple of weeks ago. The deck went 6-3, so let's see if there's something we could have done a little bit better to maybe get that trophy. Let's check it out. And pick one, pack one here. Of course, Arena not saving these logs, so we don't get to see what was in the pack because I didn't think ahead and take a screenshot. But we took Feed the Serpent over presumably not much because Feed the Serpent is a great card, but black's the weakest color. It's not very splashable, and it's a little bit clunky. So I'm assuming this was a weak pack, and we took Feed the Serpent. Let's see what we did next. Pick two. We've got a Feed the Serpent in our pool. Another pack that wasn't so exciting, eh? Trickster God's Heist, not unless we're really strong blue-black, and we've got a lot of things to give away. Augury Raven, fine card, nothing exciting. Don't really want to spend an early pick on it. Other than that, I mean, Way Down, again, not a card I want to spend an early pick on, but boy, this is a tough little pack here. I guess the strongest card here is Augury Raven, so that's what I would take. Okay, you know what? Yeah, this is an oversight. Again, and this sort of that heuristic, it's like when there's nothing good in the pack, just take the Snowland. Now, I've been doing that less lately, so this is a testament to that I'm not really considering Snow as an archetype I want to hedge on early, but this is a strategy you can employ. If you don't see anything good, take a dual land, try to end up 5-color good stuff, 5-color Snow. That's what we did here. I think if this draft were happening right now, I'd maybe take Augury Raven, but I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty close. I just don't like getting into a situation where I've got, I'm spending early picks on Snowlands and then I get cut out of it, or I don't end up seeing the good payoffs and I end up with a bad deck. That being said, Augury Raven doesn't tend to make for a great deck, so, it's kind of which side of the coin do you want to be on, I guess. Pick three. All right, so now we're getting a little bit of sweetness here with Usher of the Fallen. Pretty big fan of this one. 1 mana, 2/1. If you play it on turn 1, it's going to get in for 4 to 6 damage before probably trading off with a 3/2, and then you spend 2 mana and you get a 1/1. So, I mean, this card's got a lot of upside. Obviously, it's not great in the late game, but it leans into the double spell theme quite well, and I think is a premium uncommon for white. Other cards in this pack that are in consideration, I guess, Run Amok and Tormentor's Helm, Stalwart Valkyrie, but if we're taking a white card, I think we're taking Usher over Stalwart. Return Upon the Tide, not amazing. Could take it and try to be a grindy black deck, but certainly not where I want to be in best of one. I'd rather be a white-based aggro deck or like a blue-red Giants mid-range deck or a really good green 5-color deck. So I really don't want to be heavy black to start here. Pretty easy Usher. Oh my goodness. We took Run Amok. That's weird. I mean, yeah, fine card. Red-black's pretty good, I guess. But I would take Usher here. I'm surprised we did not do that. Maybe that would have been the difference. Maybe that would have been the 7th win. Who knows? All right, so we got a red card and a black card. On to pick 4 here. Got a Volatile Fjord. We could go 5-color. Maybe that was part of it, is I've got a dual land that says red on it, so I want to take Run Amok. I don't think that's a good reason to do that, though. Okay, Tybalt's Trickery. The token red card with too much text is not playable. Hailstorm Valkyrie, only good if you got a ton of snow, which we do not yet. We'd look to play that, pick that up later. Yeah, this pack's pretty weak. Doomscar Oracle, fine. Kennelmaster, fine, not great. I think I might just take Sculptor of Winter here, just to kind of quote-unquote stay open. We've got 1 snow duel. Maybe we end up 5-color good stuff. Problem is that we've got Run Amok, which is such an aggressive card. Nothing else here is really jumping up the page. Maybe Pilfering Hawk, but again, not a card you want to take pick 4. It's just a pretty weak pack. I think I'd take Sculptor. Snow Swamp, sure. I don't know if this pick even matters at all. All right, getting past the Blood Sky Berserker. People got a lot of hate for this card. I think it's pretty sweet. Man, I wish we'd taken that Usher, though. That would look pretty good. Still, Bloodsky Berserker plus Run Amok is real good. You've got this out. Maybe it's a 1/1. You haven't pumped it yet. You play a 1 or a 2 drop. Then you attack with this. If they and maybe another creature. If they block, you Run Amok something, and this gets bigger. That can be a real scary combat for people. Given that we already have the feed, the pack is pretty weak. We could take another run, but I think Bloodsky is doing the run thing without, but it's also a creature, which is good. So we're going to take that here, and that's what we do. So now we're feeling pretty aggressive. I like taking Besker Shieldmate here. I guess, though we're not white yet, are we? So then we're either looking at Disciple as a good 2-drop or Berserker as a pretty good 3-drop. The problem with Disciple in aggressive decks is that it attacks for 1. So that's a problem. But 2-drops are important. It is good with Bloodsky Berserker, and the fact that you can go like turn 4 Berserker plus something, give it those 2 counters, is pretty nice. Tough pick. I think I'd be on Berserker if it was me right now. Meyer, I don't think I care for. Just like, I don't know, you don't need that much fixing. We don't know that we're red-black yet. We know that we're not 5-color snow, I think, at this point with this start. Maybe it's a bit early to be saying that, but I think you just take a good aggressive card that works well with Run Amok and attacking people. So I would take the Breakneck Berserker there. Next pack. Man, that Usher pick would have changed some things because we'd be like snapping up this Valkyrie here. At the moment, we still could. It's still good. We're not necessarily red. And I think we should just take it here over Disciple, which again, for a reason I mentioned, is not a great aggro card. Boreal Outrider with no green sources. Don't love this card. I mean, we do have 3 snow sources. I guess this is it's better than Disciple. Can't really say I was looking at it here. Doesn't go with Run Amok very well. I guess Stalwart doesn't as much either. I think this card's a little worse than originally I thought. It's a bit clunky, a bit slow. I'd be on the Valkyrie here. But this does pack a punch if we can get into green, and maybe this is a signal that green snow is available. And here's a big signal. We see a Furia Judge of Valor. So if you see this late, pick 8. Literally nobody at the table wanted this. You can kind of glean from that black-white is going to be coming your way if you start picking up on it. So we're going to slam Furia here, and we do. Round out this pack with another Valkyrie. Here comes all the white and black stuff. Valor of the Worthy is pretty good with double spell stuff, so we may want to play 1. Good pickup. Dusk Wielder's pretty bad, but we might need to play 1. Candlemaster's fine. Run Amok is better than these other cards, although I don't think we're going to end up red, but we could. Coma's Faithful, sure. Dogged Pursuit, we're not going to play. So, rounding up pack 1 here, the ripple effect of not taking that Usher is pretty noticeable here. I think we would have had another Valkyrie, and we would have had an Usher, obviously, and one Fury Run Amok. We'd be a little bit more focused. Obviously, we still have a pretty good deck. We know we want to be black-white. We didn't know we were going to see Furia pick 8, but just interesting how that broke. All right, and open a dope black-white rare. This card is super good. 5 mana, kill something, and then it starts ticking up, and all your stuff becomes, when this creature dies, return it to your hand, and you get a 1/1 for your troubles with flying. So this card's an A+ bomb, and we're going to take it. Kaya the Inexorable. Pick 2. Not much going on here. We could take another Snow Swamp, although I feel like that snow ship has certainly sailed. I think the pick here... I mean... Jeez, it could be Hailstorm Valkyrie on spec that we end up with enough snow, but that's very unlikely. It could be Disciple, Elderfang Disciple, just have a 2-drop to play with Bloodsky Berserker. I think that makes the most sense. I think I'd take Disciple here. Not an exciting pick. That's what we did. Pick 3, Codespell Cleric for double spell stuff. Shimmerdrift Veil for fixing, which we will kind of need. We want to hit double black at some point. So I think we could take the Veil here and try to wheel Code Spell Cleric. Okay, well, we're going to lean into Code Spell Cleric, and that makes sense as well. We've got a lot of reasons to want a double spell, so I can accept that pick. Whew! Get past that Clarion Spirit. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll wheel Stalwart Valkyrie or Shieldmate or Courser. So many options. So this is, what happens when you get a pick 8 signpost uncommon like this, and we're seeing the results of that. We're just getting hooked up hardcore in this pack. Here we can take a Beskar Shieldmate or an Iron Verdict. I would take the Shieldmate. Iron Verdict is not very good when you're attacking people, whereas Shieldmate is totally solid at doing that. So we take Shieldmate here. And here's an interesting one. Spectral Steel versus Demonic Gifts. I like Demonic Gifts a reasonable amount. People play around it very well. It's really good with the 2-mana 2/2 that if it's a 3/3 when it dies, you get a 2/2 token. It's really good with that. Raise the Draugr also in this pack. We've got a couple of Elves. We might end up with a couple of Berserkers or something. I think we just take the Steel. We've got the Valor that works with it. It's good for double spelling. Put it on your Furia. Be happy. That kind of stuff. I like Steel here, and that's what we took. Pick 7. Another raise, potentially. I do like Jarl a reasonable amount here. We've got Bloodsky Berserker that wants the double spell. We're going to be attacking with, little guys like Code Spell Cleric. Hopefully not Dusk Wielder, but maybe. And you can finish off their creatures with Jarl. And, otherwise, if they want to play around it, they got to sit there and take 1 or take 2, and they're not going to want to do that either. So I like taking Jarl here. That's what we did. Not an absurdly good card, but I think a solid one. And here I think we take Doomscar Oracle. Plays really well with Clarion Spirit, Code Spell Cleric, Furia. This is a nice double spell card. The fact that it comes down for 1 after you've foretold it. That's what we do. Let's round out this pack. I would take Wings over Funeral Longboat. Wings is a playable combat trick. You can get people with it. They don't play around it super well, and all the double spell stuff. I think this could make our deck. Infernal Pet hopefully doesn't make our deck, but we have it. I think we'd probably just take Warhorn Blast here over Snow Plains. We don't have anything that cares about snow. Not that Warhorn Blast is good. Here I'd probably take Starnheim Courser over Dusk Wielder. I get that we've got a lot of double spell stuff going on, but Dusk Wielder is a very, very bad card. Unless you can give it Flying with Raven's Wings, even then it's not very good. I think I would take the Courser here. We don't have a ton of 3s yet. 2/2 Flying is totally fine. Prospire, sure. Demonic Gifts is a nice late pickup, and you're going to get those late when you're in Black Aggro, which makes Black Aggro a great archetype to be in because people will pass you cards that you actually want. 14th pick. So here we go into pack 3. See if we continue to get hooked up here. So Goldvein Pick's an interesting option for us. We don't have a ton of flyers. We've got Clarion Spirit that's going to make them for us, and that's about it. But, it makes our Dusk Wielders potent threats. It makes Cold Spell Cleric better. If we're not taking Pick, we're taking Story Seeker. I think we take Pick here, and we took Story Seekers. This might have been before I was on the Pick train, but I think Pick is the correct pick right there. Pun absolutely intended. Death Knell Berserker here works pretty well with Spectral Steel. Would work great with Pick if we'd taken it. Demonic Gifts. I think we've got enough going on here that Berserker's what we want to do, and we took it. Scent of the Worthy or Runeforge Champ. We don't have many runes yet, but if we do see one in pack 3, Runeforge Champ will be pretty good. Ascent has been fine. I still don't really know how to properly rate this card. And then there's also Great Hall, which is a really, really good card if you're in black-white. It's good enough that we should just take it here, but it's also underrated enough that we're probably going to wheel it. So I don't think we need to take it here. Ascent is cool. You point all the damage at your 1/1 Code Spell Cleric. Alpha Strike them. They can't make great blocks. Other times it just does nothing. Returning something from the graveyard is sometimes good, not always. This card feels like a little bit situational to me. That being said, 3 mana 2/3 is quite bad. So if we don't find a rune, this card's going to be unplayable for us. So how likely do we think we're going to pick up a rune? If we'd taken the Goldvein pick, we could more safely take this, because then we could take like a green rune or something and still, be able to cast it off of our pick, fixing or something. Maybe we end up with an on-color duel somehow or something. But I think given that we don't have Goldvein pick, we just take a Scent here. That's what we did. Pick 4. Not getting hooked up super hard here, unfortunately. I think we just take Goldmod Champion and kind of be sad. Yep. Hope not to play it. Another Goldvein pick if we want it. I could see wanting it. We don't have any fixing yet. We do want to hit double black at certain points. We want to make our creatures bigger. I think we take pick over Jarl or Quotespell Cleric. We took Jarl here. I disagree with that pick in retrospect. But again, I guess I didn't know how good the pick was at the time. Now, we could have had 2 picks, at which point, well, you might be taking the third, or you might be looking at Valkyrie's Sword and thinking, there's going to be some treasures on the battlefield here. We might be actually be able to get to 7 mana and really do some crazy stuff. So I think if we had pick, I think I would take Sword here. Given that we don't have any picks, I would take a pick here. We took Disciple. I, again, disagree with that pick. Pick 7. Well, look at this. We could take another pick. My guess is that we didn't. My guess is that we took Way Down, which is actually a pretty good card in this deck. It's going to do the double spell thing. We're trying to play some 1-drops that are going to trade off, so I actually like that card in our deck, and that's what we took. But boy, oh boy, how times have changed. Well, we could take Master Scald to help with Ascent, or we could take Raven's Wings to give these dummies flying. I think I like Raven's Wings better than Master Scald here, just because I don't love Ascent of the Worthy, although they do loop, which is cute. We already have a bunch of 5s that we want to play. I think we want to be pretty proactive, and I think Raven's Wings going to get us a little bit more value. We took Iron Verdict. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's good. I think either of these or even Valor of the Worthy would have been better than Iron Verdict here. Pick 9, Return Upon the Tide. Sure. It's the only playable card in the pack. Braggart is reasonable if you can get it going. Wheel the Land, as I said we would. Very nice. Late Cleric is good. Ox we're not going to play. Undersea Invader we're not going to play. So I actually disagreed with my former self as I've been known to do quite a bit, and we still got to 6 wins here. So definitely lots of room for improvement. We could have had a couple of Goldvein picks. We could have had, some. I think we could have had another Codespell Cleric. We probably could have had, some just a little bit of a more solid deck here, but still ended up with a nice curve. 7 2-drops, 5 of them creatures, so we could have used another 2-drop here. Then maybe we wouldn't have had to play Duskwielder. We could have had an Usher of the Fallen, which would have been insane in this deck, and I wish we'd done that, but we didn't. But still, deck ended up pretty sweet. We have a really, really great uncommon for the deck and an excellent mythic, which we just so happen to open. This land is super good. So I think the lesson here is when you see a card on the power level of Furia, pick 8 in pack 1, put a good amount of stock into that, especially if you're already kind of in those colors, which we were, that you're going to be seeing a bunch of that for the rest of the draft, and that's how it broke on this one. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to submit a draft of your own, please post the link in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments what would you have done differently. Would you have ended up in this archetype? Would you have done something different? Did I make any, obviously bad picks or big oversights or anything like that? Let me know. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/alromusic, and you can post that draft log in the comments or in the Discord channel, which is in the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye for now.